What's going on, guys? Back on some LS heads here today. I started this yesterday. I started porting and polishing the heads. These are what's that? These are 862 heads. It don't really matter, it's an LS head. So the first thing you want to do is get you some stuff. I got me a carbide burr set. I think these are like 4.5 inches long. I'll have these listed down below. They're on Amazon, pretty cheap. They're like 30 bucks. It's about what they look like. Get you some of that, and you'll need a Dremel. And then I have a die grinder as well, because these are 1/4 inch shanks and they fit in the die grinder. They're 1/4 inch. I think these are 1/8 inch for them. So I got carbide burrs. You're gonna need like cone-shaped sanders. They will go on the end of this. They just twist on. Also have a wire wheel to get rid of your junk before you start, so you don't load up your carbide and your sanding. What I found out's nice about these, if you put a little oil on this when you're doing aluminum, it won't stick to the end, because it seems to want to stick to the end there and load up. As far as like polishing, I got these abrasive wheels. They're really nice. You can see I used them on this here. I'm not finished yet, but you know, they turned out pretty nice. So when you're porting LS heads, most people, what they do is, you want to smooth all this out, but you got to get rid of that rocker bump there. You're going to knock that bump off. It's going to look like this at the time you're done. See how it's gone there? And you might leave a hole in there like that one. You can see it kind of opened up, but that don't matter. You're going to be putting thread paste on your rocker bolts. It's going there anyways to seal it. So that's the first thing you want to do, is remove that and come around and clean up all your casting and stuff. I just roughed it in, but remove that, and then I use the sanding and go the whole way around. When you come up here on both ports, you're gonna want to remove all that there to help the airflow. You're gonna remove all that around here. And then that you're gonna want to remove. That you're gonna want to come in there and remove. It's gonna kind of look like this. I'm not finished this side yet, but I was roughing it in. You're gonna want to smooth it out. Here's what they look like. First things first, I usually take the wire wheel, like I said, remove all this junk. So don't load up your Dremel there. And then we're going to come back in and polish everything up. So I'm going to get started, start working on this side here, and I'll show you guys. I'll rough it all in with a carbide first, all these ports, and I'll show you guys. But make sure you put a little oil, whatever you got, when you're in here, just so it don't load up that, because that's a pain once you get heat on that and it sticks to that carbide. So I'm gonna get started here. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. I'm just about finished porting these up, and like I said, that your burr's gonna load up with aluminum and crap. So all you do is load this up. Take your wire brush, go across it. Alright. Now take most of your stuff off. Burr. Now pop it. It's hard to focus on that for some reason. But anyways, I'm almost finished this up. I'm gonna clean this off a little bit and I'll show you guys. A wire brush, got most of your debris out, all that nasty stuff. And I just started on here. What you're gonna do now is get you the sanding cones that I'll have down below in the description. You can get on Amazon. You're gonna come in there, start smoothing out your surfaces the whole way around, getting all that crap out. And I'm gonna do that to every single one of these. And then I'm gonna show you when I'm finished here. So I finished most of the porting and sanding using this on the die grinder. And I found out you get two of them. There's a cylinder one and then a cone shape. Cone shape works really good going down in your sides. But this is what it looks like so far. And I did everything. I did the exhaust side. Got most of that sanded down. And here your intake. Got most of that sanded down. Did that on both heads here. And like I said, this one here, I did the inside here. You want to sand that down a little bit and then buff it. Not quite done that. But the next step is using the Dremel, coming in here and knocking off your casting. Don't go too crazy with this. I'll just go over it and then we'll switch to the these abrasive wheels. Work really good for your inside. Give you a pretty good finish. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. I'll show you when I'm finished that. I'm also going to go in with those abrasive wheels down on the side here, like so. I'm not worried about nicking this stuff up because we're going to do a 3-angle valve job as well. And then I'll show you once I'm finished using the abrasive wheels. Alright, so I just finished up polishing these heads here. And from what I read online, you don't really want to polish your intake. That's just sanded down, you know, get rid of your high spots. It's relatively smooth. Your intake, I did that on both heads. I'll pull the other one down here and show you. There's the intake. There's the intake. Just get rid of your your bump, your rocker bump, which was up top. That looks pretty dang good. Let me grab a flashlight. You don't want to polish the intake, but sand that intake down is fine with your sander. That looks pretty good. Now the exhaust is different. You want to polish them up. So here's the exhaust. Did all them. Grab a flashlight just to show you. It looks pretty good. I'll flip this around here and show you. I did on both combustion chambers. Those I sanded down. So here's what the top should look like. You're knocking your bumps off, rounding that down, making it smooth. And then there's your exhaust. So that's, you know, you want that smooth intake, not as much. I did every single one. And then I polished up here, sanded this down. I didn't go too crazy on them. And here's this one. The same deal. Really, that's your biggest thing. You're knocking these down, rounding that off, gets you better airflow. And then the exhaust one you could, you know, buff down and polish up. These wheels here work really nice. I'll have them down below. I got them on Amazon. I think they're $23 for 200 of them. So now let's say that's worth it. As far as your sander goes, I use the little ones you put on the Dremel. Your Dremel. Other than that, that's really polishing and porting your heads. It does take a while, but you know, It's definitely worth it. They look pretty good on your LS heads. Other than that, yeah, thanks for watching.